Hello everybody, greetings and salutations, n00bDad here, and I'm going to bring you something a little bit different today. It is a review of the game One Finger Death Punch. I got this as part of a Humble Bundle quite a few months back, but I never actually got around to playing it until now. I thought, well, I'm a bit bored, let's give this a go, and to be honest, I have not been disappointed one iota. It is absolutely fantastic. As the name suggests, it is quite a deadly game, and literally you only need one finger at a time to actually control the game. In fact, it only actually employs two buttons, literally left and right mouse button. Yes, that is right. Two buttons only. You can even teach your nan to play this, although you might get a few blank stares from her. Now, One Finger Death Punch does pay tribute to a lot of Kung Fu Masters, and it's by Silver Dollar Games. It was actually a part of the Dream Build Play Grand Prize winner of the competition Dream Build Play, which is a competition put out there by Microsoft for indie developers to develop games in a very relatively short amount of time. Now, literally, it is on the rails brawler, which may put some people off, but to be quite honest with you, don't be put off with it one iota at all, because it's really good, really fast, really fluid. The soundtrack is absolutely fantastic, and that actually helps with the overall feel of the game as well. Literally, the game actually starts by giving you a warning: do not button mash or you will die. And this is very good advice if you want to get far in the game, because if you do button mash you will die. It's very deliberate button presses. At the bottom of the screen, which is basically your prompt bar, if you want to think of it as like Dance Dance Revolution but for your fingers instead, it will tell you whether to press your left mouse button or your right mouse button. You will need to use different combinations of that as different enemies come onto the screen. Now, the learning curve is not a steep one at all. It eases you very gently into it, as it shows you quite early on. What it allows you to do is it will show you, first of all, on the first level, you get about 10 different enemies. Very easy, just press left and right, it dispatches them quite quickly. Now, as you get more proficient at the game, it ramps up the difficulty slightly. Each time you get faster, the faster you are at dispatching people, and the more accurate you are at dispatching people, the faster the game gets. Also as well, what it does do is it introduces things like weapons and skill sets, which actually make the two buttons, and again I do stress it's only two buttons, a lot more interesting to use. You watch the screen and you actually feel like you're in some sort of, I don't know, game of death situation with Bruce Lee, where you're surrounded by loads of different assailants and you're just taking one out at a time, but you're doing it in very quick succession. You feel very powerful. It's very direct, the actual control of the game. You feel very direct, very in control, very powerful just by using these two buttons. The thing that makes it so brilliant is two buttons. You think to yourself, how can two buttons provide a fulfilling, satisfying gaming experience? Believe me, it does. They keep it very simple, and that is what's so genius about the game. It's so simple, but they put so much variety, it's unreal. Like, for example, you'll get light sword matches where the background's a bit darkened, the music's a bit more dramatic, but you have that sword extension of your body to be able to fight all the different enemies. The enemies themselves are very varied. Some of them will have weapons, some of them won't, some of them will require 2 hits and will switch sides, so you have to hit 2 opposite buttons. Some of them, called brawlers, require different button presses or quick time events within a quick time event to be able to actually dispatch them, which can be quite tense because you're always pushing to get that perfect medal. And that brings me on to the way that it brings you coming back, brings you back to wanting more. The way that it gives you that hook, that brings you back to it, gives you that addiction factor. It's a very simple skill number system where it will rate you from 1 to 10 plus misses, and to get a perfect score, just literally don't miss anything. As long as you get hit less than 10 times, then you can progress the level with a medal. Now, it was produced under the working title of Your Kung Fu is Not Strong, and very interestingly as well, in the original One Finger Death Punch, it was just that. If you got hit once, that was it, you had to do the level again. I'm very glad they actually gave you 10 chances to do it though, because on the later levels, or as you get faster on the beginning levels, it's very easy to get into a button mashing mindset. The temptation with this game is to actually get ahead of yourself and actually start mashing buttons. I won't say mashing buttons indiscriminately, but more like getting ahead of yourself. You can see them coming, but you have to wait until the opportune time to actually attack. And that's what's so brilliant about it. Like I said, there's many different levels with many different objectives. You've got bosses, you've got mob rounds where it's literally just beat up as many people as you can, or the allotted amount of people in the middle of the screen, which will always count down. You also have the cheesy Japanese voiceover guy from the movies, or some approximation of him, giving you encouragement, telling you there's 10 men left, or there's however many left, or what power up you've got. As well, you literally feel like you're in one of these Kung Fu brawler films, and to be honest, there are times when you feel invincible, but you are so far from invincible, it's unreal. And honestly, I cannot recommend this game enough, because of the variety that you garner from just 2 buttons. I was very skeptical when I first looked at the videos and heard about this game, which made me want to try it. Like I said, I got it as part of a Steam bundle, so I thought, why not anyway? But I am so glad that I did. I can have a few mates around, and we'll literally play this game for hours, trying to beat each other's times and scores, trying to dispatch as many people as we can. A good thing about it as well is they've got the story mode, which you'll go through normally, just beat the level to progress as normal, as you would expect from such a game. And then you've got the survival mode, which kind of amalgamates all the different levels together and all the different types of enemy. But what Silver Dollar Games does is they don't make that available to you in the beginning, which is actually quite a well thought out decision, purely because of the amount of enemies that you have and the types of enemies that you have. It gives you access to it when you get so far through the story that you've encountered most of the types of enemies, so you can dispatch them without feeling disadvantaged in any kind of way. So, in summing up, what can I tell you about this? Well, like I said, it's an on-rails brawler, so people who aren't up on the traditional brawlers, but would like to try something like that, may not feel intimidated by this, which is great. It's literally 2 buttons, so anybody can play. As long as you can click a left mouse button or a right mouse button, you can play this game very simply. It has different ways of ramping up the difficulty, such as the speed implement, where it goes up in increments, but it also comes down in increments if you can't get past the level or you get hit, which is fantastic. It literally attunes itself to the way that you play as a direct consequence, so it always keeps you challenged, it always keeps you coming back for more. And the types of different levels that there is as well is just fantastic. There's boss rounds, mob rounds, there's item smash rounds, there's different weapon rounds like nunchakus, and also the light sword rounds and others as well, which makes this quite an all-rounded game. And although yes, it can be limited in the fact that it's only 2 buttons, it doesn't feel limited, and I think that's the best thing to tell you about this game. It's very fast paced, as fast as or as slow as you can handle, and it's so simple. Everybody can play it and everybody can have a good time playing it, and you can feel literally walking away from it quite keyed up from playing that, and it keeps coming up for more. And like I said, it helps you with the reaction times. I've actually improved in my Call of Duty gameplays purely because of this game, because of the way that my action times I'm having to react with the right and left mouse, which is brilliant. Hopefully I can at some point bring you some Call of Duty footage, as long as Activision do give me permission to be able to bring that to you on YouTube. But apart from that, go check it out. It's currently on Steam for $3.99, but if you have a look on humblebundle.com, it's regularly on there for quite a bit cheaper. And I would like to say thank you to $0 Games for letting me review this and put this on YouTube, just so other people can see how much of a great game this is. Please support the developer as well. They're absolutely fantastic. And yeah, hopefully in the future I'm going to look at indie games a bit more, try not to be as prejudiced as I am towards them, because there are some gems to be had out there, and like I said, very simplistic games can give you hours of fun. So I'd like to say ta-ta for now, sign off there, and this is n00bDad signing off for another video. If you liked it, please give it a subscribe and a like. Tell me if there's any other hidden gems you'd like me to review. I'll have a quick gander at them and let people know about them if they're great or not. Like I said, equal opportunities. I will be honest with you. If I don't like a game, I will tell you. Similarly, if I love a game, I will recommend the hell out of it. Okay, well, thank you very much for stopping by today, and we'll see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.